Hey baddies, it is fall. Well, not officially, it's unofficially fall, but anything after Labor Day is fall to me. So anyway, I hope you baddies enjoyed your summer because I for sure did. Hope you guys enjoyed your summer. Been a long time. I definitely shouldn't have left you, but I'm just a girl and I need a break. You know what I'm saying? All of us do. This is gonna be like a mini little update about all things since I've been MIA for a minute. So for those of you who don't know me, like I said, I'm just a girl. On YouTube, I lost about 60% of my hair. Back in 2019, I was diagnosed with androgenetic alopecia, and with the help of my dermatologist, shout out to you. A couple of y'all figuring it out because y'all going in like, yeah, we saw you on Baby channel. I will shout it out on this channel. But anyway, dermatologists and a couple other doctors, we helped to get me back, to kind of put me back together again. So I started this channel 2020. I'm growing, I think, pretty slowly because I'm not doing anything to like, you know, fake grow, you know what I'm saying? To fake get subscribers. Not that anyone does. I'm not throwing any shade, I promise you. Like, I'm in a good place. But yeah, like, long story short, here I am. Yo, it's been a journey. Long story short, I'm here. There's a couple of updates, but that's who I am. So I basically come on here and I talk about all this hair growth stuff and hair care stuff. And then I, you know, sprinkle in a little bit of women's health, weight loss stuff, and whatever else I'm dealing with at the time. Usually I'm the guinea pig, so that's what I come to y'all about. But anyway, back to the point. Quick little updates. You can see I have braces now. For those of you who are like OGs to the channel, you know, I started my Invisalign journey about 2 years ago. And while it got me 80%, you know, along the way, or 80% to where I want to be, the goal is to see exactly what I want to see when I look, you know, in the mirror when it comes to like my teeth. If you see my old videos, your girl has some, you know what I'm saying? She has some crooked teeth, you know what I'm saying? So I've been working on that because, you know, why the hell not? So anyway, that's an update. So any videos that you see without the braces obviously are older. So much to say, and I don't have a script, so that's why I'm just kind of talking. I batch record, so anything you see without the braces are gonna be older. Anyway, the other thing is, I'm gonna see if I could insert a before picture somewhere, but your girl lost some lbs. So I started around 180 pounds. I had gained a lot of weight around the end of 2024, beginning of 2025. Went through a little something. Neither here nor there. We all have our reasons, and I gained a lot of weight. And so I started my fitness journey. I wouldn't even call it weight loss because I don't really care about losing weight as per se, as I care about my fitness and health and wellness. So I do a lot of resistance and strength training 5 days a week. I am now at about 160, somewhere around there. I teeter-totter between 155 and 160. So I don't know where I am any given day. If I have my period or if I'm bloated or whatever, I can go anywhere between 155 and 160. So that's where I'm at right now. So just to give you quick things that I'm doing to lose the weight, obviously I was diagnosed with PCOS, so I started GLP-1, so that does help. But I could have lost a lot more weight and muscle mass, which I didn't want to lose. I wanted to keep my muscle mass and I wanted my body because, you know, I've never had complaints about my curves, so I don't want to lose that. Sorry. So I started strength training, and honestly, strength training and resistance training started off as, you know, I need to lose all these pounds because I was not comfortable in my skin. I did not feel like myself. And it turned out to be kind of like a wellness, like mental health journey, because when I have to be in the gym 5 days a week, and when I'm not in the gym, I'm doing something, you know, like whether I'm stretching, whether I'm focused on my mobility at the time, you know, yoga, something, you know, so that there's some kind of movement, mind-body connection. Because when I tell you that going to the gym definitely boosts my dopamine and modulates my serotonin levels, and it keeps your girl like nice, okay? I feel like I could conquer the world. And then I started going even more ham because your girl kind of went through a little scary situation over the summer. Letting y'all know, be very, very careful out there. Your girl really went through something a little scary this summer where, you know, me and a couple of friends were like literally like kind of like almost taken on some real ish, no, all jokes aside. And so now I feel like I gotta train like I'm about to have the fight of my life. Like I need to be physically fit, you know, to whip some SSA, because real talk, like I'm not going down without a fight. I say that to say, like, yeah, it's just been a lifestyle change for me, and it's just really, so I'm actually more excited to get off of GLP, because once, I think I've pretty much already hit, it's not even about hitting a weight loss goal. Like I said, there's a video I have on this channel about the benefits, alternative benefits of GLP-1s besides weight loss. So go check that out. This is not that video, but there's a lot of other benefits that I really, really love, especially when it comes to balancing my hormones. But I think I'm starting to transition into a maintenance dose. I will keep you guys posted. That's that with that. So we're gonna talk about Bruno, y'all. And Bruno, for those of you who don't know, is Her Scripts RX. We're gonna talk about that because while I've been away, I'll be honest, I have not been on any, I have not been looking at the comments. I have not been doing any of that because I really needed to just unplug and really just, focus on getting myself back to where I need to be, or not even to like surpass where I was. And what was I gonna say? Sorry, my whole train of thought just derailed. But what the hell was I talking about? Somebody, quick, what was I talking about? Oh my gosh. I was talking about Her Scripts RX. So let's talk about that. So I told y'all who I was. I had my own hair loss, grew my hair back with the help of my doctors, and I wanted to bring those same benefits to you guys, and I created Her Scripts RX. And Her Scripts RX is a platform that delivers prescription treatments to women with chronic health conditions like hair loss, alopecia, and you could tack on some more stuff. That's been my main focus. We had a beta launch, I think back in 24, and I learned a lot of things. There was a lot of hiccups and bottlenecks, choke points, but I learned some stuff and then officially launched in February 2025. First and foremost, to everybody who supported Her Scripts RX, kudos to you, baddies. Y'all do not understand the fact that you guys F with me the way that you do. I don't even understand why, because I only give y'all a little bit of me, like a little bit, but somehow y'all F with what y'all see, and I'm not even gonna question it. I just thank God because the launch was beyond, and when I tell you beyond successful as far as revenue is concerned, you guys were coming in droves, like moments where systems crashed because it was so many of you. I mean, it was just a lot of questions, a lot of this, a lot of that. I got a lot of feedback from my baddies who've been using the products about how the serum has really changed the game for you, that you've been growing hair that you didn't think you were gonna grow over this amount of time. Like, you really love the product. Like, you don't understand, like, I put my blood, sweat, tears, like my foot, everything into that serum. And it means so much that you guys were really rocking with my serum. Like, you were riding for the serum. Now, with that being said, on the flip side now, because y'all know your girl is gonna be fully transparent, I gotta be fair and balanced. While you guys love the serum and you guys were supporting in droves, there were a lot of challenges and bottlenecks that I had to address. So really quickly before I go into that, Her Scripts RX, for those of you who don't know, is a telehealth platform. Telehealth essentially is an online medical practice, an online medical platform. And so when you're dealing with anything medical, when you're dealing with patients, you have to deal with HIPAA compliance, online, specifically legit script certifications. You have to ensure all types of compliance and regulatory hurdles or regulatory requirements are met. That's what I was looking for. And so it was a lot. Sometimes I would get like, emails or DMs or whatever from you guys, like, why do you guys need all this information? Why do you need my ID, this and this and that? Because essentially when you're taking that quiz, right, you are taking an online health assessment, but you're also doing your patient intake form. And so that was very long and cumbersome for people who, for the most part, are used to just going online to a Shopify store, clicking on what you want and clicking Apple Pay or Google Pay and you're done, right? So that was a little frustrating to a lot of my patients or customers. Now, I know a lot of you guys did not expect that because I positioned it as a regular online store because I didn't want to make it seem too scary or too overwhelming by saying it's a medical practice, but that's essentially what it was. And so, a lot of times I would get these questions like, why, how long are these assessments? They're so long. Why do I gotta keep taking these assessments? And all fair questions. And so that was a couple of choke points, bottlenecks that I had to deal with. Then outside of that, the main issues that I was having when I launched this telehealth platform, for those of my business entrepreneur people, techies, this was not built from scratch. I had to partner with a telehealth platform, a white label telehealth platform that would allow me to pretty much host on their platform. And there were a lot of issues with that. I mean, when it came to fulfillment issues, customer service processing, payment processing, I mean, you name it. I'm trying to speed this up as we go. And ultimately, I decided to sever that relationship because we were not in alignment. You know, for me, I genuinely care about my patients / customers. You guys really ride with me. You come on here and you listen to me blab for like hours about nothing sometimes. Sometimes I say the same things over and over and over again, but y'all really F with me and you guys are spending money with me. I don't want this to be a quickie. I need this to be sustainable and long-term. I want longevity. I want long-term relationship. And I don't want you guys to complain about the service just all in the name of me making money. And I will admit, we did really well with revenue in the beginning, but again, this is about sustainability. It's about ongoing relationship. And so when you guys are constantly complaining about service, although the product is great, there's a disconnect. And the partner that I was with, the telehealth partner that I was with, that I was hosting on, you know, again, when you think of telehealth, you got to think of patient management systems, EMR systems, EHR systems. These are all the systems that clinics and hospitals and, you know, medical practices and centers utilize so that they can have a flow of patient information and patient services, etc. And it was just chaotic. And again, I was not in alignment with that partner. And with any partnerships, relationships, whether they're business relationships, personal relationships, there comes a point where you have to really, when you keep hitting your head against the wall, you can want something so bad. You could have fought for something so badly and desired it, but you really have to get to the point where you acknowledge that it's not working. It's just not working. There's a misalignment, we're not in alignment, and it's time for me to walk, you know what I'm saying? And just trust that God is going to position you to win. You know, you're either gonna find the right partnership or you may have to pivot, right? Maybe you thought this was gonna be the path for you and it's just not. And that's okay. You know, as long as you're living, you're developing, you're growing, you're evolving, and that's a good thing because every failure is going to get you closer to the win, right? To your purpose. So anyway, enough with my soapbox. That being said, for those of you who are asking, because I'm getting a lot of emails, because I forget with the power of YouTube, there are many of you who are new to me, new to this channel, new to Her Scripts RX. And so I'm still getting customers and I'm getting a lot of like, hey, I'm trying to purchase. So you're hearing it from the horse's mouth herself. You cannot. I shut it down. You will not be able, I am not processing any more payments. You will not be able to purchase the serum. That is currently because I had to end that relationship. But don't worry, because Her Scripts RX is still here. I was able to prove to myself that this is a viable business, viable platform. My baddies want what I have to offer. And you know, I'm here to stay and I'm excited about that. So I'm pivoting and there's a few iterations that I'm making. I'm not gonna say too much because one thing about y'all like my kids, like y'all hold me accountable. I could be like, oh, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. And then God forbid, 3 months later, you're like, well, you said my kids are like, well, you said you was gonna do X, Y, and Z. Like, where is it? So I love that about y'all because one thing about my baddies, y'all know what y'all want. And yeah, nobody could pull the wool over your eyes. However, please don't rush me. Do not rush perfection. I'm doing what I need to do to make sure that y'all get exactly what y'all deserve out here. And that's bomb products with bomb service. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is my brand. So this is a representation of me and I'm not putting out whack. I'm a vibe, okay? I'm a vibe in real life. And I want that to translate through my products. I don't want y'all being frustrated. Y'all deserve nothing but the best. And to all my baddies who gave feedback and said how great the products are and were, and you guys are rocking with me and can't wait to see what I have coming, stay tuned. And I'm so excited because when I tell you, I learned a lot from beta, but from the launch and from just being in partnerships and in situations and in situationships that do not serve me. I've learned a lot and I'm excited to like show you some of the new things that I'm working on, that we're working on here at Her Scripts RX, and stay tuned. Okay, just stay tuned. I'm not gonna say much more, but just know the business is still businessing. We're not closing our doors. We're not, everything must go. This is not a liquidation sale. This is, stay tuned, because yeah, there's gonna be some exciting new drops and new things coming. Some of y'all already have an idea of some things, but that's all, okay? Keep it cute. Don't say too much. All right. Anyway, and for those of you, like I said, I have not been looking at comments, but I have scanned them really quickly coming back to see what I should talk about. And a lot of you have been like, oh my gosh, girl, your hair is growing so beautifully. Look at it, look at it. And yes, that is the case. My hair is absolutely growing so beautifully. Look at it. But this are K-tips, okay? Let me tell y'all something. One thing you're not gonna get from me is a lie. I'm not here to lie to y'all. I'm here to keep it a buck. I like to switch it up like anybody else. Yes, I'm all about hair care. I'm all about scalp care, the skinification of your scalp. I mean, we could keep it going. But yeah, I'm a baddie. Like, I'm a baddie first, and I'm gonna want to switch it up. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to switch it up too. So as long as the foundation is right. So yes, these are K-tips. My hair is fine. For those of you who would like for me to talk a little bit more about my K-tips experience, this was my first time with K-tips, but I have done micro links in the past. If y'all want to know about it, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to share. I'm in New York, so I'm happy to tell you who did it too. Like, I'm not gatekeeping, because everybody needs their business to grow. And yes, I support Black business, because for the most part, everybody that does anything on me, they are diverse, they're multicultural, and they're baddies. I just let baddies work on me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to give y'all a quick update because, you know, I didn't want to just peek back in. You know how people do, like, they've been MIA for a minute and they just peek back in like, hey, big head, and just act like, not address the pink elephant in the room and act like I ain't been MIA for a minute. Some of y'all don't even know or care. I hope y'all had a great summer, because I sure enough did. And your girl turned 40 this year, so I'm excited to talk about all the things that I'm learning about biohacking, everything. It's all about biohacking, because your girl is unlocking the fountain of youth, honey. I feel the best I've ever felt. I'm in a good place. And oh, last thing, I promise. Instagram. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't enjoy Instagram much because I am a very, very private person, extremely private person. Like I mentioned before, and as I start to open up, you guys will see, like, I am someone who kind of, through life experience, I've learned a lot of things. So I'm not someone who put out what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, where I'm doing it at, right? I'm very careful about those kind of things. But number two, I'm very private for obvious reasons. And then, you know, I still have a corporate job, y'all. So with that being said, I'm not trying to be on these internet streets saying stuff that can be used against me, you know, in HR's office. So I'm very protective. You know, I still have work people following me and stuff, like all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know tea. And so I just kind of like, I just keep it cute. I don't even keep it cute. I just don't do nothing on there. I got real comfortable on YouTube, built a community. We're a family on here, you know, and if you're not, click subscribe. It costs you $0. It means like $0. But all that to say, I will start to post on Instagram. Like I said before, I'm not gonna make promises because y'all will promise the promises, right? I'm not gonna make broken promises because y'all will hold me to the fire. But I will start to put things on there, and on there is gonna be different. I'm not just gonna put like short clips of what I have over here. Over there, you guys are gonna see more of me, you know, my swag, like my vibe, you know, my sauce, my salsa, you understanding? You're gonna get to see and understand me a little bit more, but slowly, because, you know, I'm a little nervous to peek my head out, you know what I'm saying? And be seen. But that's it. That's all. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. And then you'll get to see more of me, you know, because y'all used to me, you know, talking head, but y'all get to see all of me, you know what I'm saying? And all of me meaning not just physically, but all of me. And you know, I'll start inviting you in a little bit more and opening up, because listen, you guys have spent money with me. You have, you know, shared testimonies with me in the comments. You've done a lot. I know you guys want to build more trust with me, and so I understand that I have to do things a little bit out of my comfort zone so that I can build trust, so I can gain you guys and earn your buy-in and your trust. So I'm willing to do that for my baddies, you know? So that's it. That's all. I'm gonna try to make these shorter, but I can't. I just talk too much. Anyway, love you baddies. Bye.